Oh, I've got to say congratulations to everyone who just did the 10K, because there were some first-timers there. There were some people with incredible stories to tell. The motivation was real. So absolutely beautiful. In fact, I'm starting to feel like I was the only member of the studio team who didn't actually run the 10Ks. Some of our beautiful Expresso family were well represented there, and they took on the challenge, and they obviously shared a lot of those pictures. So I want you guys at home, if you were there, especially if you saw me or any of our team, share your pictures. Hashtag share your story matters is how we'll track them online. We'd love to see how your day went. And we've got joining us this morning a very seasoned runner, Coleman Valentino, to try and explain to me and B just how people run this fast. And when I say B, I'm talking about Bianca from our amazing social media team. And then you might have seen Leda, our producer, Wes there as well, our live director, and Lorato, who does just about everything and anything on the show. And I think she was running her first 10K. So congratulations to all of them. B, well done. Well done, my friend. You looked so comfortable, breezy, barely breaking a sweat at the end. What was the event like, having so many people galvanized around you, being a part of that tribe? What was that like?
It's such a good event, this. I've done it a few years before as well, and it's just amazing to see people come out in thousands to support this event. And I think it's such a beautiful route as well. Like, you run the whole way, you're looking at Table Mountain, you get that city vibe. It's fast and flat for the professional people to like really get the personal bests, but it's perfect if you're a beginner runner.
Vincent came close. 27.55, I think, or thereabouts. His record, 27.11, okay? Coleman, as someone who does, you can run, I would imagine, a ridiculously fast 10K.
Not as fast as that.
Okay, so what is your fastest time that you've clocked?
About 10K, 38 minutes. That's
which is ridiculously fast in itself. But it kind of feels like these guys are sprinting. Put it in perspective. How fast are the elites in this event?
They are crazy fast. You'll have to maintain like a pace of 3-point-something minutes per kilometer. And it's ridiculously fast. The type of training that goes into it as well is ridiculous. But like you mentioned before, it's their day job.
Yeah.
So yeah, they train like 24/7 crazy. They have the best recovery. They have the best training. So yeah.
And there is genetics involved. You can see it in the physical makeup of the elite athletes in that space. I remember Gerda Steyn saying to me at some point, because she runs with a lot of the gents on that side to maintain her ridiculous pace, and she was saying this is their sprint kick. This is how they practice the end of their race. Are there any questions you want to ask, Coleman, now that you've got the chance and you've proven yourself to be this amazing runner? Because it's a journey. When you start getting into the 10K, there's something special about this distance. It's a lot, but it's also doable. It's accessible, but then it's fast.
Yeah, I think the 10K is such a nice distance. It's like, it's still a challenge. It's not an easy feat if you're a beginner runner, but still, even if you've run so many years, 10K is like that sweet spot for a training run. Like, you can really push it and see how fast you can do it, but otherwise it's a nice gentle jog with your friends.
Yeah. I love 10Ks as well, because you get to see where you're at. Like when you start running, you do 5K, you do a 10K, and then you move on to 21, 42, 100. But yeah, I like to go back to the 10Ks. I like to go back to the 5Ks, because that's where you practice your speed, endurance.
Yeah, man, and you get your strength, and also it gives you that kick, that heart to be able to embrace it. So we are so proud of our team, because so many were represented on Sunday, and Carl's upstairs with just about the entire behind-the-scenes crew who were all there and did so amazingly well.
That's so true, because if you think about it, right, somebody just cued me to go live, and the person who cued me is this person over here who did actually run. This is Lena, our director. She's amazing. She works way too hard. But of course, when it comes to 10K, we're so proud. And of course, Coleman, while you're there, Lena, after your race, you did so well. I'm not sure what your time was, but I know that the time was in the proper time, because you always tell us to keep time, so it's fine. So I want to know from you, are there any questions for our expert today?
Hi, Coleman. Firstly, strap in.
Strap in!
Loose strap. I really enjoyed the 10K race, and I think the ABSA race itself was so much fierce, and you forget about the kilometers. My question is, though, how do you improve your immune system after the race? I feel like, as you can hear, I'm a bit sick, and I don't know if it's the high cortisol levels or not, but I really need to get better, and I don't know if it's because I put so much myself under pressure for the run or not. What is your advice?
Because that often happens. You get the crash afterwards because you kind of push through things. And I think she's just desperate to get out and run again by the sounds of it. But how do you manage your health? And does that something that happens to you in terms of your immune system being compromised when you push your body maybe beyond the limit just a little bit?
It definitely happens to me sometimes when I do like ultra marathons, and you put your body through a lot of strain and your immune system gets compromised. So the best would be to take your multivitamins, your supplements, get enough protein in as well. BCAAs, really good, branched chain amino acids. Yeah, and just prepare your body for the upcoming wear and tear before a race. Yeah, prepare your body so that it has the right nutrients to build up to the race.
Yeah, and there's something in the mentality as well.
Yeah.
I think there is so much psychosomatic connection when it comes to running. We feed off our heart, we feed off our brain, we feed off the fitness of our body. Can I ask you just very quickly, one last... we've got another question coming from one of our runners upstairs.
All right, so let's go there because you've got Wesley over here, this man, another very, very fit member of our team. So from your side, any questions for our expert? Because I know, 10K is easy for you, but I'm sure you have a question.
Like that. Okay, so my question is, what type of shoes do you normally have to wear to run such type of races, like 10Ks or half marathons? Because I recently got myself a pair of shoes and it's quite spongy. And before I used to run in hard shoes, so... what type of shoes do you suggest I should wear?
Oh, soft, low elevation. What's your thinking when it comes to the slightly shorter, and I say that with all due respect, the 10Ks, the 21s, the half marathons? What do you want to kind of set yourself up with?
So when you run like 10K distance, 5K, 10K distance, you want to be close to the ground. So you'll notice that those type of shoes, the soles are a little bit thinner than the high stack shoes, which are more for the longer marathon distance, ultra distance. So low stack.
Less weight, faster.
Less weight faster, 100%. I'm saying that about running shoes is ridiculous because most of them weigh about 2 grams.
Yeah, but airy, it's that 1% that could make the difference. If you want to push for that, then...
There's like a thing on Instagram now, you put your shoe on a scale. You get like the weight. You see if it's
first
fast
you put yourself
enough.
on the scale without the shoes.
But
and then
it's
with the shoes.
super personal.
Yeah,
and if
for
you're starting
sure.
out running, like running shoes is something that do the research, invest in it, because it's going to mean that you're going to have a longer, happier running lifetime instead of like buying cheaper options and then probably coming in.
And there's some experts out there. Speak to people, ask questions. I mean, I sorted out a knee issue that I'd had for years just by changing my shoes. Just saying. I think we've got one more question coming from one of our warriors upstairs.
We do indeed. We chatted about footwear, we chatted about the immune system, and Lerato, who ran this race and did so well. We just couldn't be more proud. Any other questions you have for our expert?
Buena Carlito, you know how they say in the military, you never leave a man behind?
Yes.
I was left behind by my team. But yeah.
The truth comes out the file. Spill the tea.
It's fine. That's not on the agenda. When I'm Mr. Valentino, I just want to know, so hip pain, because that's what I experienced, that concomitantly happened with the arch on your foot. What causes that, and how do you recover from that? Yeah.
And I suppose everyone kind of has their own wear and tear. We all move slightly differently. Yeah. I mean, I move ridiculously when I actually see myself running. But for those kinds of aches and pains, the wear and tear, what do you recommend? Is that a warm-up thing? Is it a fitness, kind of a conditioning thing?
It's how your natural body is built, but it's also a lot to do with the shoes. If the shoes have enough support for your arch, depending on which side of your foot you strike the ground. So there's a lot of mechanics that go into it. So we obviously run and you hit impact from your foot all the way ankles, knees, into your hip, into your upper body. So if you're not wearing the right shoes or if you don't have enough support, then you're going to feel it in your hip or your knees or your ankles or your foot.
Yeah, that transfer.
But when you start running as well, like running, it's a full body workout. Like it's not just, and it has this beautiful ability of showing you your weaknesses. And it will show you suddenly, maybe your glutes aren't firing that well or your calves are a bit tight or something. And I think that's what's beautiful about it is that as you run, just do it slowly, progress slowly, but you discover parts of your body that work that you've never worked before, and then you can start focusing on those areas in the gym, and adding strengthening and conditioning stuff. So important if you want to have a happy, injury-free running life. Just ask Kalman, who does 100 milers. But
like
he
every weekend,
does so
just
much
about,
work in the gym. He does so much yoga and strengthening work, and that will just build a strong foundation so that you can have a happy running life.
Completely. Well, I hope that has answered your beautiful questions upstairs. We are just so proud of you. It was so cool to see all of you guys out there on the road, even you, Lorato, bringing up the rear. I'm sorry they left you behind, girl. We'll blame the pace of Wes for this one. But I think what I love the most about this is the connection, the mind-body connection. What you learn about yourself, as Bianca has said, is astounding. It'll set you up for a relationship with your body for the rest of your life. But it's the connection to the people that really made it happen for me. So there you have it. Whether you're a professional runner or maybe just looking to get moving, get active, you too can still run your city with ABSA. Get ready to paint the city of Durban red on the 7th of July, where the next Run Your City event will be held. And I think Durban will put her hand up. You can check out the ABSA Run Your City pages with all of those details, and especially how you can enter. And if you're going to go and do it, and I suggest you do, good luck.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.